think we'd want to check either of these two, because if the protein test fails,
it needs to be reprocessed, right?
And if it that doesn't have any impact on the maintenance of it.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And then the third one we want is for the peracetic acid. Is that
right? The indicator telling us that the peracetic acid tells you that it went through the sterile process.
Okay. So what physically is that is there a test strip?
It's a test strip.
Or what is?
It's a test strip, and it needs to have a out date, and it needs to have the lot number. It's like a regular indicator that you would put in the washer or the sterilizer.
Okay. And that's different than let me ask, on the peracetic acid, when you open the bottle and you put it in there, is it do you use a test strip there to make sure that that it passes the minimally effective concentration test?
Right. It actually has if it doesn't change, it means that the peracetic didn't work, that there's something failing in the peracetic.
And is that the test that we're talking about, or are we talking about a different test?
Nope, that's the test that we're talking about.
That's the test. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we don't need a test type here because we'll handle that in the workflow. Okay. So let's why don't we can come back and tweak this.
Okay.
We put a couple of default ones in here, but just to give you an example, if you want to play with them and see what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
But we can make a new one, and we'll call this one Testimony. And if we want to come back and make this more specific to certain types of scopes, like your Karl Storz or your Olympus, we can do that.
Okay.
But for now, we can start here, and I'll pick System 1E location as where we're going to be doing this. And this screen, this field here says whether or not this is what controls if this workflow that you're building, and you're going to walk people through, the end result is that it's disinfected, or if the end result is that it's just clean.
Actually, it's a sterile process. So it kills 10 to the negative 6, so it's higher than high-level disinfection. You don't have it in there, though.
Right. So if it's going to be so there's three options. One would be if it's
high-level disinfection is fine. Yeah.
Disinfection or
sterilized.
Or completely sterile.
Mm-hmm. Technically,
these workflows right now are doing just two, just the first two, like cleaned or high-level disinfection, not fully sterile through these configurable workflows.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we pick this one for now, disinfection.
Okay, and then expiration date of the product after it's cleaned in high-level disinfectant, or expiration date of the indicator?
Of the product. So that would be, like you said, 7 days, right?
7 days.
Okay, so now we're going to add steps to the workflow. And so when we click Add Step here, it's going to give us options from a number of templates that we can choose.
Okay.
And so on each one is where you can configure, what kind of documentation do you want to require, or what kind of tests should be documented on that step. So let me think about this before, and I'll just write this down on a separate sheet here.